I'm outside too. Like, let's stop pretending like you is the last of the Mohicans. You are not. You know what I'm saying? It's just not like, oh, I'm addicted to the white meat. Like, it was fine for what I had, but okay. It ain't giving that. And the truth is, I put too much on it because we were married, and I take my vows serious, and I thought that you did too. And so the truth is, I was waiting for you to come around like a wife, because all I know how to be is a wife. I was married to Vince, and that didn't work out. And I got with D, and we were getting married, and I got with you, and we got married, and I married you after you ate somebody, whole booty. So let's not talk about WAP and what happened before then, okay? Don't make it seem like I'm a bad person. Don't make it seem like I didn't put up with a lot. Don't make it seem like, oh, I've been so gracious to her, and, I have been giving grace, and she's a da-da-ba-da-ba-da-ta-da-wah-wah. No, baby. Don't do that. We have given grace to each other.
We have so many homes, y'all. Like, we just have so much real estate, like... Imagine that, being homeless and having homes. He actually just bought me a new one. So I said to say about my Bentley, I said to say because I'm in my baby's truck, which I love, which I'm sure he's tired of me driving. He has his own Bentley. He doesn't have to mess up mine. He has a Cullinan too, so I don't even know who that person. That's what I'm saying. Y'all listening to the wrong people. We got like 10 cars. Relax.
Tamar Braxton is at it again with another relationship, and not even her sisters are thrilled about it. Recently, Tamar spoke about how ashamed she was of marrying JR after he repeatedly embarrassed her, spending her money on a 25-year-old Instagram model. The drama between them was so toxic that even her sisters were concerned about Tamar's mental state, especially after she invested so much time and effort into the relationship only to be dumped and humiliated. But it seems like Tamar hasn't learned her lesson. People are already pointing out the glaring red flags about her new man. While Tamar and her sisters may not have the strongest bond, they're reportedly trying to look out for her because of her history with men. Tamar has often been painted as theatrical and emotionally unstable, with a habit of trying to buy affection. During her relationship with her ex, David Adefeso, things got so dark that Tamar even attempted self-destruction. She later accused David of abusing her during their 2-year relationship. David, however, came out with a statement defending himself and even filed a restraining order against Tamar, claiming she had physically attacked him while he was driving. David also implied that Tamar struggled with mental health issues, saying, "After a 2-year relationship with Tamar, I want her to have mental and emotional stability. This is essential for her own well-being, self-fulfillment, and direction in life. It is also the basis of every loving, supportive, trusting relationship, but it takes the commitment of both partners to achieve this goal." He added, "When Tamar and I were together, I worked very hard and spent a great deal of time and money to help her grow. I still care about her deeply and hope she can get there, but it must be without me. Words and deeds matter, and Tamar has been not only unacceptable but also damaging to herself and those around her, particularly me and my reputation." Right after this messy breakup, Tamar found herself in another toxic relationship with JR. JR seemed to know exactly how much. Tamar wanted to prove she could finally make a relationship work after 2 failed marriages and several other public breakups. But JR reportedly took advantage of her vulnerability. While Tamar wasn't entirely blameless, being loud and problematic in many situations, JR allegedly played her emotions like a fiddle. The hypocrisy didn't go unnoticed either. Tamar, who spent years laughing at Jeannie Mai for dating a white man, didn't expect anyone to have anything to say when she called JR her white king. Tamar and JR first got engaged in March 2023, but separated by October, only to announce they were engaged again in December of the same year. It was during this on-again, off-again period that JR reportedly started breaking her down emotionally, and nobody could figure out why Tamar kept putting herself through it.
They tell you more than once that they don't want you. I don't know why Tamar has let it get to this point. Usually narcissists are going to try to change the narrative before anybody else. They are going to want to call somebody and tell them what happened before anybody else gets to, because they want to keep themselves in a specific light. And yes, I don't want to give Tamar too much, because I do feel like Colonel Sanders is manipulative as hell and he's gaslighting us, and I understand what that feels like. So I don't want to give too much. And I also don't like how he tried to weaponize her mental health as a reason why he's slinging his dick up and down the South. Like, let's be real. Like, first of all, them being married, it's a lot. It's a lot. It's a lot. I don't know why she married him, and that's none of our business. At the end of the day, that's the decision that they chose to make as adults. But the gaslighting is crazy.
All I said was he had a nice suit. And from there, he was thirsty. He wanted to fly me out. What's wrong with me going to a game? What is wrong with the situation is that is your man, as you call it. That is your man. He knew it was a situation with me and you. And he was down. He was down to play op games. I wouldn't take nothing like that serious, my love. That ate my ass. And I sent him on his...
Tommy also sent some videos of her and JR at a basketball game. And just so we're clear, JR definitely allowed himself to be seen with Tommy like that because he wanted to taunt and intimidate Tamar. But Tamar still went ahead and married him anyway.
JR got involved with none other than Tommy Lee of all people. And when Tamar tried to come for Tommy, she had to quickly retreat after Tommy exposed her with some shocking receipts. Tommy didn't hold back, revealing that JR had eaten her. Groceries multiple times, if you know what I mean. Tommy said, "All I said was he had a nice gesture too, and from there he was thirsty. He wanted to fly me out. What's wrong with me going to a game?" Tommy continued, "The issue isn't me, my love. It's your man. He knew the situation with me and you, and he was still down to play op games. I wouldn't take nothing, like, that's serious, my love. That man ate my gesture and I sent him on his way." To make matters worse, Tommy even sent videos of her and JR together at a basketball game, further humiliating Tamar. And just to be clear, JR wasn't even trying to hide his connection with Tommy. He openly allowed himself to be seen with her, seemingly to taunt and intimidate Tamar. Despite all of this, Tamar still went ahead and married him, only for their marriage to end in divorce after a record-breaking 61 days. Yes, 61 days, managing to beat even Kim Kardashian's infamous 72-day marriage. Tamar kept the divorce a secret at first, but the drama spilled into the public when she revealed that JR had been openly disrespecting her by messing with a 25-year-old. JR didn't deny it either. Instead, he claimed that he and Tamar had been separated for a while, saying, "I don't owe her a thing." It's another chapter in Tamar's ongoing saga, leaving everyone to wonder if she'll ever find the stability
single for the
and
last
respect
6
she
months.
deserves.
We have been trying to identify what that looks like, closing one chapter and figuring out what it's like to be friends again. I've been very specific about my boundaries. I've been very specific about where we stand as friends. Go date anybody you want. I'm gonna date when I'm ready. I am emotionally unavailable to you, and I'm physically unavailable to you. Now, birthday comes up, plans are put in place. Of course, I want someone that I consider to be family to be involved in that, because if anybody knows her, she is big on birthdays. I don't lead people on. I'm very direct. Listen, if anything that you're doing or that you want to do comes with an agenda, I don't want to be involved in it at all. I don't want you to be involved in my birthday plans. I don't want you to come to Turks and Caicos. This is not a reconciliation time. Whatever you decide you're doing is because...
Hey everybody, I know I said that I will not be speaking out anymore, but people be waiting for you to speak out so they can figure out what the hell they're going to say and how they're going to look, because everybody knows that that's what that person cares about. And I just want to be very clear on, nobody stopped the relationship with me. I stopped the relationship with them. I blocked that person. I blocked that person on social media. And I only called that person to find out about my credit card being used. Now, everybody knows that let's not play stupid, okay? I don't go to bookings.com. I don't even really kind of know what that is or what's that about, right? I use my physical card. If I do reservations, it's through, I have a touring company, so we have our own travel agency. And so I'll go through that, or I'll go through my American Express, right? Where I physically use my card. So we're not going to pretend that, oh yeah. So I'm not going to pretend like, oh yeah, they got our credit cards mixed up because I thought you were single 6 months ago. We weren't. So which one we doing? You know what I'm saying? I mean, just here's the thing for me about guys. When things come out about men, they always say, oh, the woman is delusional. Oh, we wasn't together. Oh, I wasn't leading nobody on. And, oh, they did the things on their own. Now, come on. How many times have we heard that story? And so I don't even know why we're trying to perpetuate that storyline today.
JR also released a statement, claiming that he had to break up with Tamar to bring some positive energy back into his life. Yikes. This only added fuel to the fire, and Tamar felt the need to defend herself once again to avoid being painted as the crazy one in the situation. It seems like every time Tamar tries to move forward, she finds herself pulled back into the drama, having to explain or justify herself. This situation with JR is just another chapter in her roller coaster of public relationships, leaving many wondering if she'll ever get the peace and stability she deserves.
Him when he couldn't care less.
Get my man back, y'all. And I know y'all lying. If y'all thought I was gonna let my man go because he took some crackhead to a basketball game while we was broke up. No, ma'am. That was not my man. He don't owe me no loyalty when we broke up. I could have went out with his homeboy. What's up? It's all fair game when you broke up. Don't get it up. Good man, Savannah.
Well, Tamar, you just, you had me thinking I was crazy too. I see, you know what? It felt like a surviving Tamar moment. They always talk about how, women is being mentally abused and physically abused. Men get mentally and physically abused too. Cause she just socked me in my jaw before. You feel me? And I'm sure Jeremy and who, or before, and got their head cracked. Okay? And them gas station pills, huh? Yeah. You gotta do something to stay afloat, huh? Yeah, I already know. But I ain't even gonna talk about the part where she called my federal PO when I was on federal probation. I wasn't even home 18 months. I'm on papers. They called my PO. She didn't thought I just stole $1 million worth of jewelry. I ain't even take her jewelry. I flew out from Atlanta one morning. Vince flew in the same morning. Vince didn't got jewelry. She thinking.
And let's be very clear, Tamar has never had any trouble.
Tamar has opened her heart time and time again, only for the men in her life to say no thank you and shut the door right in her face. Her sisters are genuinely worried that even with this new man, history might repeat itself and things won't be any different. Tamar's track record with relationships has them fearing that she'll end up hurt once again. Let's be very clear. Tamar has never had trouble getting a man to fall in love with her or put a ring on it. But getting them to stick around for the long haul, that's an entirely different story. The Braxton sisters have all faced challenges when it comes to healthy relationships, but from the outside looking in, it seems like Tamar is going through it the most. As for her new mystery man, we don't know much about him except for the fact that, according to Tamar, he's rich. While Tamar seems to be trying to keep this relationship private and find happiness, many feel that she hasn't taken the time to truly heal from past trauma or make better choices when it comes to men. Back in September 2023, when she was still, with JR, Tamar's car was robbed. She admitted to feeling very unsafe and unprotected, which raised questions about what kind of fiancé JR really was. Now, her sisters are concerned she may repeat the same mistakes with her new boyfriend. Tamar often says she doesn't need to buy a man's affection, but her actions tell a different story. Time and time again, she's shown a pattern of bending over backwards to please her partners, only to end up dealing with unnecessary chaos and heartbreak. Fans think Tamar's sisters are right to caution her about moving on too quickly. One person said, "I've always said Tamar is deeply troubled. Don't know what trauma she's dealing with, but I hope she figures it out soon." Another added, "Tamar, please, for the love of God, delete all social media and focus on true healing from within." And yet another commented, Tamar should just stay single, heal, and enjoy herself. She's often extra, draining, and negative. Nobody wants all that LOL. So what do you think? Should Tamar take a break from relationships and focus on healing, or should she enjoy her life with her new boo? Sound off in the comments.